Hi guys, Genevieve here. I'm just doing this little video on entity attachments for those of you that think that you're struggling with the unseen. Maybe you have had an encounter or you just suspect something like that is going on. Firstly, I just want to say that this information is really what I've come across in my work. I'm a holistic therapist. I clear entities for a living, as well as curse removals, help people to remove the blocks in their subconscious that's preventing them from having the things that they desire. There may be more than what I talk about out there. Actually, there will be. But yeah, what I'm talking about is from personal experience. So I just wanted to go through the different entities out there and just explain how you can get rid of them if this is a problem that you're having. So the first kind are wayward spirits. And they're really just lost souls that have, for whatever reason, maybe they had a traumatic death, maybe they killed themselves, maybe they had something like a car accident, and either they don't realize they're dead or they've got things unresolved on this planet and they want to resolve it before they move on. And the problem is that they haven't gone to the light, because when they go to the light, they're kind of cleansed of what's gone on in the lifetime before, and they're then able to move on. So what they do instead is they attach themselves to a person, and that's all fine. Sometimes they don't really mean harm by it. They just see the light within us, recognize that it's is the same energy of the infinite energy out there, and they think that that's where they're meant to go to. Now the problem for us is that this actually drains our energy. So sometimes people that have illnesses, or if you're feeling just really tired and run down, it may be that you've got an entity attachment. Now, these guys are actually really easy to get rid of. All you need to do is really close your eyes, ask for the entities attached to you to be sent to the light, and just imagine like a kind of like doorway of light opening up. Now, when there's entities like this around, there's usually angels that are there trying to get them into the light. And so when you do this, it creates a vortex that allows those entities to move on. Now, they do, if it's like, you can actually check if you have entities attached by using a pendulum. You can just like do your yes and your no, and then say, I have entities attached, and it will tell you if there's a yes or a no. If you do, just do this little exercise and they should leave. If they don't, it will be because it's serving you in some way to have those attachments. So people that have gone through a lot of abuse or traumatic experiences in their life, sometimes they'll attract entities because it might be that they have a fear of being alone, and the entity is being their friend. They might be learning to have healthy boundaries, and the entity is teaching them how to have healthy boundaries by invading their space all the time. So if this is the case, you may actually need some healing. You may need to find a healer that can help you remove this entity. I do recommend any theta healer. I'm a theta healer if you want to work with me. Otherwise, go to thetahealing.com and find one in your area or that resonates with you, and they'll be able to help you. Now, the other kind of entity is a drug or alcohol spirit. So anyone that's really into any of these things will often have, it's like drugs and alcohol have their own energy, own spirit that attaches to a person that uses that substance a lot. Now, what happens is this spirit or entity will actually send thought forms to the person, like, you want to have more, you want to have more, you want to have more. And that's how the addiction kind of takes place and gets worse and worse and worse. So in order to clear these kinds of spirits, you actually need to work on the actual issue of the addiction, or the underlying issue of why you got addicted to the substance in the first place. So maybe you were feeling broken for whatever reason. Usually with addictions, there's some sort of emptiness, there's some sort of trauma, there's some sort of self-esteem issue that's really caused the person to go down that path. So that really needs to be addressed before this entity can be cleared. So again, seek out a therapist. if this is the case, if you're having problems with these kinds of entities, theta healers can definitely help, or access consciousness facilitators, other energetic workers. So the last kind I'm going to talk about is ones that are actually, I guess, more malicious than that. You know, there are other entities out there that really do desire to control people. Now, they can actually only do this if you're afraid of them, or if you allow them. So it's like, if you've attracted something sinister to you, the reason for that may be that you fear evil. And if you fear evil, like if you think about it, we're all infinite beings. We are all connected to oneness. And so we are actually everything. So all of the things that you've defined as evil out there, that's actually us at some point in some time, in some lifetime. So it's like, if you're not willing to accept the things that you've done, then you're going to actually fear that evil. And then the things that are evil out there, or judged as evil in this lifetime, can actually, you can become a victim to them. So if you've attracted something really dark or sinister, look at what you're judging about you that you perceive to be dark, and see if you can accept that about yourself. If you can't, again, find a healer that can help you. The other reason will be, you know, if you attract something like this, it will be because you're learning from it in some way. Again, it might be a boundary issue. It may be that you've got some ideas about, maybe you think that you deserve to be punished. Maybe you were abused as a child, and this is what you think love is. Or maybe you were controlled by your parents, and as a result you think that you subconsciously need to be controlled always. So you've attracted controlling energies to you. So whatever, my point is, if you've attracted this kind of spirit, there will be a reason, and you can get rid of it. There's no reason to be afraid of it. All you need to do is step into your power. And if you can't do that by yourself, then find a healer that can help you. And the final thing that I will just talk about is, sometimes, like in houses, that there can be, if something awful has happened in that house, there can be like an emotional residue. So that's not really an entity, it's actually just like the feelings of what happened can be in the house. And so sometimes you need to clear the house. So you can do that we're using essential oils like sage, or burning sage sticks. You can use salt. Put a bowl of salt in the corner of the room, or you can actually just like close your eyes and imagine the room being cleared, and like light filling the room and any darkness being sent out. So that's all I have really to say today. If you feel like you would like to work with me, you can get in touch via the link below this video. And yeah, that's about it for today. So thanks for listening. See you later.